All right, guys, what's up? Eric McLean, Aaron Murray, and the coach of the Miami Hurricanes. But hey, we're grateful for you, grateful for your time, and I'm grateful for these Miami Hurricanes, man. All I've been hearing from everybody else, except for the two guys on this show and people at the ACC Network, is how you can't finish in November. You can't win games then. You're not consistent. And all you've done is kill Pittsburgh up there in the cold, by the way, where you couldn't play in the cold either. And you guys dominate up there. You've been on one of the best runs in college football in November, and the Hurricanes need to be one of the 12 teams in the country. Why do you guys deserve to be that?
Amen, brother. I think you just hit a bunch of those points, and certainly upon arrival, there was a lot of things on that checklist that had to be addressed. And one of them was being a team that could finish in November. And, down the stretch here, I mean, if you look at us the first 5 weeks when we're number 2 in the country, we're playing some really good football. We're playing our best football right now. All the metrics, offensively, defensively, special teams wise, are top 1, 2, 3, up to 10 in the country, and no less than that. And the energy behind our program, the fact that all those guys we lost in the middle of the season, more than half of them are back, and we expect the other 2 or 3 back in the next week or so. So it's just getting hot at the right time, getting healthy at the right time, and certainly the ability to having played some of the teams that were competing for that spot for. One of them we played head to head, common opponents, which we did a better job against, and then other programs that are kind of in the mix as well. We have common opponents that we beat, and they competed against as well, but didn't win. So we feel strongly about our position.
Coach, how much of the narrative of just the ACC compared to other conferences maybe goes into it in your opinion? Because I think from outsiders, that people that maybe don't know college football or study it or watch it as much may buy into, oh, the ACC is just not good. But when you look at it and look at the teams this year, I know we both, obviously, EMAC has a lot of respect for the teams like a Virginia, like an SMU, Pittsburgh, Georgia Tech, who's had a terrific year and really held Georgia in check a week ago. Um, how much does that narrative kind of drive you crazy? Maybe why Miami is not in the top 10 based on kind of the wins they've had, especially down the stretch?
Well, I kind of faced a similar thing when we were out in the Pac-12 and we had gotten to Oregon and everything was, well, the line of scrimmage isn't the same. Well, all right, enter Panay Sewell and company, and that things look a little bit different. Well, it's like deja vu now, right?
Yeah.
It's Francis Minoa and it's Inez Cooper and Markel Bell and McCoy and Brockemeyer. But it's not only Miami, it's the league itself. I mean, it's hard to find better quarterbacks in any conference than what we have
Yeah.
in this league. And all these coaches, some have been around for a bit and tenured, and some are establishing themselves. They're trying to rake in some really high level recruits. So the blueprints of programs that have been brought here or that have been here, but the coaches that I've brought in their blueprints, they're strong. And NIL is certainly a factor, right? The portal is definitely a factor. And I mean, today I was talking about it with somebody else. I mean, you can't ignore the fact that week 1, Florida State convincingly beat Alabama, right?
Yeah.
You can't ignore the fact, our results against Florida and then Florida's results against Texas and down to the wire with Georgia and with Ole Miss or Louisville this weekend against Kentucky, a team that took, I believe, Texas in overtime. I mean, it's on the field. I mean, it's the eye test, the field test, I think validates the fact that there's a ton of parity in college football.
Right. I don't think there's any doubt about that, Coach. And, just to kind of, go back to on the field and how much that matters and the rhetoric that we kept hearing. And I'm just kind of blankly staring at the screen as this, gentleman is saying these things that, well, we can't compare, Miami and Notre Dame together. We haven't even compared them. Well, let's look at it and let's compare it a little bit because there's 4 common opponents that you guys have played outside of whipping their ass head to head, by the way, where a Stanford team, they let them score 20. You guys hold them to 7 and you score just as many points. A Pittsburgh team that everybody was really excited about and saying, look what Notre Dame did. This is a ranked win. Look how great this is. All you guys did is go out and beat them by a bigger margin of victory, and they were a ranked team as well. NC State, same thing. Oh, they held them to 7. Can you believe that? Well, you guys did that and scored more points. And then I know there's the outlier of Syracuse. And I don't love, talking about our own teams this way, but facts are facts. They are banged up, bruised, hurt, beaten down. They started a lacrosse player at quarterback and Notre Dame puts up 70. You guys still smash them, handle business, do your thing. So we have all these vantage points coach. And again, you talk about getting better. You guys have shown you're getting better and playing your best football right now. Why is that so important to this committee that you guys are peaking at the right time, sprinting into this potential playoff?
There's no doubt. I mean, we are playing our best football, man, and we are getting healthy and stronger. The strength coaches and the nutrition department, oh my Lord, have they done an awesome job. And, I thought about this today. You guys have played football. We've been around football our entire lives. Imagine playing a game and winning and someone telling you later, well, it really doesn't count. I mean,
Yeah.
you're really not. That's that's about as far fetched as like, but I'm going to continue to respectfully approach the subjects. I never want to come across the wrong way.
Right.
It is always the most important part of any judgment as it relates to two teams. And then when you pile on the significant differences in our common opponent results, I think all those things, I felt like last year we were, everybody was in there and trying to debate the situation because we're trying to get in, but we lost our last game. I feel like this year it's one of those, just let's present the information.
Yep.
The rest and the facts take care of themselves.
I want to talk about your quarterback because obviously I got to know Carson 5 6 years ago when he started at Georgia, and it's just been a big fan of his skill set when he's able to do on the field. Even a year ago, with all the issues that Georgia had, he was really the bright spot, especially on the offensive side. He goes to Miami. I think a perfect fit with you guys. It's just been, I think, even better. And obviously, he's had some moments. All quarterbacks do, but like, I still am in the belief that when Carson is playing his best football, there's not many quarterbacks, if any, that are better than him. How has he impressed you as a leader, as a quarterback, and just his maturity kind of throughout this season as well?
Man, he is awesome. Like that is, I didn't know exactly what we were getting, but I was hopeful of something. He's the most misunderstood person ever. That guy is awesome, incredibly, incredibly smart, super high football IQ and just normal IQ. The best teammate you could imagine, all about helping his guys get better, all about winning. And brother, I mean, his numbers right now, I like to think about it this way. If not for the game he had against Louisville, he'd be one of the top Heisman candidates right
Right.
now. I mean, his numbers are staggering. These last 4 weeks, my Lord,
Yeah.
the numbers, the statistics, the data, he's playing the best football in the country and he's gotten stronger. Now he's fully healthy. Now you could actually see, in the way the ball comes out,
Yeah.
the way he's moving. I was kidding him around the other day. You want to run quarterback power, quarterback counter, and I'm like, bro, let's chill out on that for a
He's
little
got
bit.
some good
Let's
size though. He could take a couple hits.
Yeah, I was saying let's save it for 4th and goal, game on the line.
That's
We'll do
right.
it then,
That's
but we
right.
need you until that moment. After that half, you get crunched up, we'll deal with it. But
No doubt. No
no,
doubt.
he's been
Well,
awesome.
Coach, I think the other thing that makes you guys just so attractive and has continued to prove how elite you are, how deserving of this you are, is your lines of scrimmage. Because everybody wants to sit here and say, "Whoa, big boy football." When you get into welcome it. Please, let's play big boy football. That's what we do. That's how we are built at the University of Miami. Specifically, looking at your defensive line, I think you have the number one and number two defensive end picks in the upcoming draft. How much will that impact as you go into playoff football and you have schemes and you can allow those monsters to just go and hunt?
Yeah, honestly, again, decades of narratives of Miami going up north. One of the most exciting things for me was to watch these frontline guys come out the tunnel sleeveless and go to work in that kind of weather, man, right? That's dream scenario for these guys, be able to hunt all day in those kind of conditions. And, that's how we started building the program from the beginning. That's our belief system. And not only are they like really talented guys, they are legitimately like hungry, driven human beings.
Mhm.
Like, that's why always when the network comes to practice, I like sitting you guys over there. So you get a bird's eye view. Look, it's week, whatever it is, those 1-on-1s, 2-on-2s, block destruction, pod drills, we still maintain the integrity of those. We shade down the reps a little bit because some guys are banged up, but no, we love it. We're built that way. You saw some of the results that they've had against some of the better offensive lines around the country and defensive lines around the country. So we're looking forward to unleashing these guys here in the playoffs.
Coach, I'm gonna kind of push forward into kind of what the mentality is, and I'm gonna put it out there right now that Miami is going to be a playoff team. I've been saying for a couple weeks now, I believe Miami could be this year's Ohio State. Saw a very talented Ohio State team last year that had a couple bad moments during the season, but we all knew how talented they were. You put them in the playoffs. They had a chance to win a national championship, which they did. I feel like you guys are that same type of build. I wouldn't want to play Miami right now. I've been saying it for weeks. I would not want to play Miami with that line of scrimmage play, the quarterback and the skill. So we're putting it out there that you guys will be in the playoffs. What are you working on the next 3 weeks to get ready to go out there for these games down the stretch?
Well, we did Sunday like we normally do. Had them, have the day off, come in, check in, monster meal, all kinds of crazy caloric opportunities in that training table area. And then today we got into lifting and running, more of a flush lift,
Yep.
but also we like the body types that we've become and that we've recruited. So strength and conditioning we're never going to ease up on that. We were lifting and conditioning today. Tomorrow we'll do some of that, and we'll do a lot of technique and fundamental work from an indie standpoint in all phases, just to stay sharp but not bang up the bodies. Today was a team meeting recapping the game. And there were so many physical and fun plays in that game. It was one of the more enjoyable, enthusiastic team meetings I've ever been a part of. Just a lot of juice, a lot of energy. But our focus is on our next opponent and our next opportunity. We don't know who that is yet, but certainly it's everything that we do from a physical preparation standpoint is the same, except for the practices. We won't begin practicing until, probably Sunday, Monday or whatnot. But a lot of time with players, we'll do the occasional meals, which in Miami, it's kind of neat because I remember being in places where the occasional meal was a hot dog or a chili dog. Man, over here, the occasional meal is Prime 112. And
That's right.
it's
Joe's
a little
Joe's
bit
Stone
different.
Crab, baby. Come on.
It's a little bit expensive down here. We got to send
At
those
least the
receipts
players
to
can
the
afford it.
NCAA.
I used to take my offense lineman out for like ice cream, or ask my mom and dad if I could use their credit card to go take them for burgers. Now it's
A
like
little different. It's a little
Carson
Brother,
different.
you wouldn't be a
can
popular
slap that
guy with
credit card
this whole
down.
line if you did ice cream, man. I'm telling you, these guys
That's
eat prime rib and steak.
That's right. Coach, last one for me, and we're super grateful for your time, man. This has been
No,
fantastic
thank you.
just
It's an
to
honor
hear
to be
this
here, man.
from your point of view. Again, forward facing, looking at this, you guys in the playoff. I think what is so interesting to me is how balanced you are. Not only offense with run and pass, but also how good your defense is. There's a lot of teams that are in front of you guys right now that can't say that. I look at Oklahoma, their offense is on life support. Elite defense, yes, but offense, I don't feel confident in that. A team in Ole Miss doesn't even have half their coaching staff. How are they going to operate? A team in Alabama that cannot run the football to save their lives. So when you present all of these things that Miami is, which is a complete winning elite football team, how does that stack up matchup wise when maybe you do play one of these other teams that have deficiencies when you are as balanced as it gets?
Well, you know what? We respect everybody now. I mean, we approach every game like we're playing Godzilla and King Kong. That's the way we treat it, man. And the preparation is focused on us as it relates to the opponent, and it's a dogfight mentality, so that when we do get there, that we're prepared for it and we're not surprised by it. But we're excited about the fact that we're just playing our best football right now.
Yeah.
We're playing better football than we did when we were ranked number 2 in the country, and like this Malachi Tony guy,
Oh,
he-
God.
he's he's complimented by a couple of other guys.
Oh.
I'm not so sure, man. I know Carson doesn't like to share those throwing reps, but Malachi's pretty good at throwing the ball too
He is
now.
pretty
So
good.
it's we're just a really excited and exciting team right now. So it's just a lot of momentum, a lot of juice. I think the country really loves watching the Miami Hurricanes play. So man, we're just fired up to make this thing happen.
I know there'll be a lot of good eyeballs if and when you guys do make the playoffs. And you had two fans in us. We both love you guys. Y'all been one of my favorite teams all year. I know EMAC is the same way, and we hope the committee gets it right because at the end of the day, you guys have the resume. You're playing extremely well down the stretch, and as I said earlier, I don't think there's a more talented team from top to bottom and balanced team in America than maybe you guys in Ohio State. Maybe throw my Bulldogs in there too. So we appreciate the time, Coach. Good luck, and we'll be cheering for you these next couple, I guess, tomorrow night and Sunday night as we await the results from this committee.
Amen, brother. I appreciate you guys. It's an honor to be on here. Thank you for having me. God bless and go Canes.
Okay.